Ask him to give a thumbs up.
Exactly. Hello, and we are live. Thank you very much for joining us this week. It's Grace Westminster live stream with Con and Daniel.
I'm back.
He's
Thanks
back.
for having me back.
That's right. We didn't kick him out, so he's not
yet.
fired. He is my future. He's the future of this live stream. When I'm going to retire, he's going to take over, so you better like him.
It's a lot of pressure, Con.
Okay. All right. Tell us, first of all, about the sound. If the sound is okay. It's been so busy in the shop, just incredibly busy with all the people buying their cameras and lenses just in time for Christmas. And also, we had to go through quite a few submissions from you.
Oh, yeah, quite a few.
Yeah, switch off your mom is calling you, I think. Lots of submissions, basically. Yeah, so we had to write the description and everything. So I have everything prepared. So hopefully it's going to be a smooth ride, and I need to share my screen. We haven't tested it yet, so hopefully it's all working. But first of all, thank you everyone for joining. We've got John in chat, Christopher Clark, Andy Hates, David Muscora, Rick Geddy, Marvel Thomas, Colin Brahma, Terry Allen, Ola High Angler, Simon Hopkins, John Hughes, I think I mentioned John already, David Ramsam, Michael Reed, David Liu, Len Oshman, Dave Walker, Ian White. Fantastic. Terry Allen, Nick Harrison, everyone's here. Jay Blue is in the chat. Brilliant. So let's start. It's a photography challenge, it's a night photography challenge where we ask you to take the cameras out, go into the darkness, and come back with some photos, hopefully taken around the challenge time. There were some that weren't taken, but that's fine. You know what? It's Christmas. Everyone is forgiven. But for next one, we want the shots that have been taken. I'm spitting on the camera. Can you imagine that? That's been taken right around the time. So yeah, so let's get rolling. And thank you very much for joining us. I'm just going to see if you have any questions. It's all about the showcase. So hopefully we will do that. But if you have any photography questions, do ask us. I have to say sorry to, let me just find that, to Jelta1 Geese, because he emailed me some video questions about ZF and the manual focus speaking. So Jelta, if you're in the chat, I just didn't have time to look at it. I'll try to look into it once it gets a little bit quiet in the shop side of things. And then we'll hopefully find an answer. On that odd behavior of a Nikon ZF. Maybe it's yours, maybe all of them do the same thing. So let's do that. So let me just share the screen, see if it's all working before we start to do things. Rundle is in the chat, Reimer is in the chat, Lewis Pijo in the chat, fantastic. Michael Landley, J. Road, Photo Art, brilliant. Nice to see you all. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas. I'm going to be talking for ages, but I've just shared my screen. Thank you, J. Blue, appreciate it. He says, hello, Con. Enjoy the Christmas coffee. So you see, this is how the back chat looks. This is what the admin looks, so behind the scenes.
Peak.
Exactly. So hopefully, I'm going to switch to photographs now. So I'm going to share my screen. I don't know if they should see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, let's just switch on our YouTube app and see if it's actually working. So let me just
to see a lovely
image.
Absolutely.
That's Andy Hates, by the way, who we are grateful for being here. You can see it. Andy is not only a lovely photographer, he's also a gentleman in the chat who always say, like and subscribe.
Good man.
When you're watching this. So thanks so much. So this image that we've chosen from Andy is called The Vault, and it was taken on Nikon D200. Wow. Long exposure, so aperture was f32, right? So it's 10 seconds exposure time. Right. So obviously a tripod, ISO 640 at 55mm focal distance. We're gonna keep your chat going on our phone, so just in case if we don't see anything. So thank you very much, and it's a lovely shot. Again, if you haven't taken night photography, tripod is highly recommended. If you can put your camera somewhere.
What's your very, very stable hand?
Exactly. Danny is very stable. What's your 10 seconds? Yeah, you can hold?
Can do 15, on a good day.
Fantastic.
This is lovely, though.
That's lovely. What do you like about this? Is the colors? I
love the colors, composition, the low shutter speed. And then I think as a car driving past, it's got everything there. It's really, really nice.
Fantastic. Well, we've done this one. Let's go and see a photograph taken by Mr. A.P. Freeman. He didn't share his technical information with us, but I assume it's a long exposure. And what he's done is, what I like about this shot creatively is that there is a little pond right at the front, and there's a beautiful reflection of the same chapel in the water. So I absolutely love the shot. I really enjoy that one. Obviously, like with those type of things as well, if you notice that people use different white balance for different things, because you can, with this shot, you can go really kind of more on the yellow side of things.
That's right.
You can go cold as well, but I think he chose the right balance, very neutral.
Quite natural.
Exactly. Kind of shows off the stone of the chapel as well.
If you had to guess focal length there, what do you think?
Wide.
Wide, right?
Yeah, looks like 20, but he's also quite far. So could be 24, could be 20. He could go 15, that's the thing. But I think it's around 20 mil ballpark.
Yeah, that's a very nice shot.
All right, so the next one is from Andy McHenrick.
All right.
I love that one. Some of you sent us quite a few images. Unfortunately, the rule of that particular challenge is one shot, so we have to choose one, unfortunately. So
very hard choice.
Exactly. So all of them were lovely. What do you like about this shot?
Well, representing London, I think is that London Bridge?
It's London, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, the low shutter speed, staple of nighttime photography, I think, and the colors again, they pop really nicely. And
yeah, I love the blues in this one.
Yeah.
And obviously, the whole thing about long exposures is to capture the movement. So whatever is moving, you get this beautiful movement there, and whatever is not moving basically stays nice and sharp as long as you are on a stable object such as tripod. Andy didn't share his technical information there, but again, we can see that it's probably a wide-angle lens, and you've got a long exposure here. Now, next one is from Carl Marinkovic, and he says, here's the photo for the night challenge. It was taken in February this year. Not recently. Okay. That's fine. Taken with the 810, sorry, and autofocus 28mm 1.4D. Now, you don't know this one.
Go on.
It's before your time.
Okay.
You were born around that year, I think. So 2814, you know the 2814 EF mount we have. It's a beautiful, one of the best, sharpest lenses available from Nikon F mount. Mm-hmm. This one was produced at least 15 years before that. And because it was quite expensive at the time, they didn't make many of those.
Right.
So it's actually, before the 28 1.4E was released, it was highly collectible and was sold on eBay for about £3,000. So that's what it is. So it's quite a rare lens. They're cheaper now because obviously the new one is a better lens, basically.
Right,
so,
right.
But if you're a collector, that's one of those, and it would look similar to kind of design of the 60mm f2.8D and h5 1.4D lenses. Gotcha. So that kind of style. So what he says is this shot is of the Milky Way core rising over Shakespeare Regional Park in Auckland, New Zealand. That's a bit far. The light on the horizon was from a ship passing in the distance. City lights to the right and behind me gave a bit of a glow to the foreground, and the location is only 45-minute drive from the city center.
Wow. I gotta say, this is one of my favorites. Love the composition, the Milky Way on top, and the light in the back.
As we say, it's photography is painting with light, really. Yeah. And this is one of the images that really shows that really well. And I absolutely agree with you. I think it's just an image, like a lovely image with a very strong skyline, and then this kind of very painterly background on in the bottom of the image. So I think it's absolutely beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see if we can got some comments here. So first of all, says it's working. Thank you, Adrian. So you can see, Jay Blue says we can see the photos as well. Dave Walker says, I think it's commenting on AD Cater shots, because he said, I always thought D200 was far better for low light than it was given credit for. And that particular shot taken by Andy was taken on D200. Yeah. Now, again, D200 was my first digital Nikon camera, like a proper, because the technicians, basically the college I was studying at the time of photography, those are the cameras they had, so I could borrow those. So basically anything up to about 800, it was fine. Yeah. And then from about 800 plus, the shots are going to get very grainy. Yeah. Now, the beauty of night photography, if you've got a tripod, which means you use long exposures, you don't actually need to use a high ISOs.
Don't need to bump it up, yeah.
Exactly. You can stick it to 100 ISO and wait for an hour, so that's fine. Exactly. So that's the beauty of it. So overall, yes, absolutely. You can take a night shot with any digital camera and get fantastic results. Obviously, dynamic ranges are the case, but as long as you use low ISOs, you'll get the full potential of the sensor. So if you got like an old D70 lying around or something, or D1, you can still take fantastic shots.
More than enough, guys.
Jim Orsett says, love night photography. Thank you, Jim. Us as well. Dave Walk says, I would like to night shoot with my 135 planner when I'm in London. The planner we have on the cover of that live stream. So he says, so these days, I think twice about taking that and my Z8 after the dark. Ridiculous, really. Well, Dave, we would suggest you, don't go to the dodgy parts of town and set up your tripod. But if you in more or less touristic spots, you should be absolutely fine.
Okay.
As with everything, it's a common sense, unfortunately. So we need to, if it doesn't look right, if it's something doesn't doesn't feel right, then just don't take the expensive equipment out. So let's do that. Simon Hopkins, aka Joe Vlog, says, I love that London bus. It's totally identifiable. Yeah. Absolutely. Do they have actually double deckers anywhere else? Well, they do, but not the red ones, as far as I know.
I don't think so. No, you go outside of London, you see double deckers, but not red. That's more.
They normally like grey or blue or yellow or something like this.
Not the same.
That's true. And as well, black cabs, but they do have black cabs in other parts of UK, I think.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Tower Bridge. Yes, so let's move to the next one. People love the stars. Thank you very much, Carl, for sharing the shot with us. Now, this shot is taken by Christoph Lang, and he sent us, again, quite a few different shots, the classic kind of cityscape ones. He's based in Austria, Vienna, and there's quite a few lovely shots from Vienna there. I go to Vienna actually quite often because every time I go to Slovakia to see my wife's family, we actually fly to Vienna, and it's only 1 hour car ride to Bratislava. So maybe next time I'll come and say hello. Lomography is also based in Vienna. So,
all right.
Yes. So, I might go and see them. Christopher Land says that he says, greetings from Austria, and I'm just going to skip all the description of the previous shots, but this particular shot that he's sharing says, last but not least, an analog photo, and that's exactly why we chosen that, shot on the Nikon F3 with a 51.2 AIA lens and Delta 3200 ISO film. First time trying this film stock. Now I know that it should be rated 1000 or at least 1600 ISO, but I'm pretty happy with photo after tweaking it a bit in the post. Have you shot Delta 3200?
Not yet, no. It's on my list.
All right. It's very grainy, as you can see on this shot. So
I like it.
It's technically, an ISO. It's what Ilford says is a pushable film. So. Okay. So they say technically you should shoot it at at 1000, but it was designed to be pushed. Yeah. So technically you can develop a 3200. It takes, I think, it's about 14 and a half minutes to develop. So if like HP5, general developing time is about 5 minutes.
Wow.
That takes 14 and a half minutes. So, but if you want to get slightly less grain out of it, then shoot at 1000. But then if you buy a 3200 ISO stock, just use it at a speed.
Exactly, yeah.
I've seen some shots taken push 2 stops, so it's 12,800 as well.
What do they look like?
Very high contrast, very grainy, but it's got that particular vibe to it. So if you like this kind of grungy look, that's works quite well. But I personally like this portrait. Again, night photography is such a broad subject. That's why we kind of included this show, just to show you that it's not just a regular things that you can think of. It could be people, it could be anything. So that's what it is. Thank you very much, Christoph. I really hope. Oh yes, okay. So it's just the software slightly changed the order of things. But we're going to move to Colin Brahma, and he says that this photo was taken of Monkey Island from house in Orepuki in the south coast of South Island, New Zealand. New Zealand is quite dominant, huh?
Yeah, it's second person, right?
I didn't know that we had viewers from New Zealand. I know we have people from Australia, but New Zealand.
Shout out.
That's nice. So from all faraway corners of the world, and it's absolutely fantastic. National. Maybe one day,
Anyone from Brazil watching, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Leave as a comment.
I have a question. What about like a lot of British people moving to New Zealand? I know at least like 3 of my kind of friends, and people I know moved to New Zealand, I think one chap got married, but the other one just decided, well, far away from the nuclear war and everything,
I mean, not bad, yeah.
And if you're rich, of course, it's quite expensive to live. Well, the house price apparently,
Yeah. Very nice landscapes, though. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, have you seen this picture by Colin Brahma? I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, and again, it's technically already twilight or sunset, so qualifies night photography. All right, let's see who's next. Next one, we have Colin Murphy. Again,
the black and white.
Colin sent us quite a few shots, and he sent them to us in the same shots in color and black and white. So we've chosen the black and white shots because we have quite a few color shots available. So right. He also attached for all of you to see his technical data straight into the image. So from what I can clearly see, it was taken with Nikon ZF with 24-70 2.8 lens, and yeah, as you can see, like generally, if you have a latest digital camera, and you can technically take night shots on film as well, no problem with that. But if you got the latest digital camera, the virtual reality, vibration reduction on the sensor,
you got it.
or IBIS is so good that in most cases, you can potentially get away shooting handheld because, you get like additional 5-6 stops. Or vibration reduction. Let me see if I can.
What's the data saying?
That's the thing. I'm trying ISO speed 64. So he shot at 64 ISO. So I assume that's not handheld then. F13 exposure. I don't see the shutter speed there, but that tells me.
Looks like it's slow.
So that tells me it's definitely either on tripod or on a steady object. So it's definitely not taken with handheld. So thank you, Colin, for sharing us.
Very good shot.
It's always good to see you in the shop as well. Thanks for stopping by every now and then. So next one, we have David Muscoro, and he says that this one particular shot was taken with Nikon ZF 26mm pancake, and it was taken during the APEC convention in San Francisco, California. APEC, APEC. I'm not sure what that is. But if David is in the chat, and I think he is, then please tell us what kind of convention is it, and are there any freebies? So that's the most. How good is the food there? Exactly. Speaking of not freebies but convention, I think there's a Society of Wedding Portrait Photographer expo is happening in London around 15-18th of January. So that's happening. Obviously, with them, we're going to have in March, we're going to have a photography show in Excel London as well. So there's quite a few things. We might see you there. All right, let's move on to the next shot. And I love the wide of this shot. And this one was taken by David Remley with Nikon D850 at f11 15ths of a second, ISO 640, and it's Anderson Bridge in Kansas City, Missouri.
I love this. Very dreamy shot. The fogginess as well adds to it. The person in the background from this angle is a little bit hard to see, but it's very, very nice shot.
Well, it's because of the mist. It's got this kind of like what we call cinematic type of shot. It looks like one of those shots that could be taken in 50s or let's say 40s or something. We wouldn't know it.
Like a frame from Nosferatu.
Exactly. I mean, maybe not 40s and 50s because of the car coming in the corner. But actually, for this particular shot, the lights from the car actually work quite well with the street lamps as well. So I think it actually works really, really well. So Colin Murphy confirms that he used a tripod for this one. David Moscoro tells me that APEC is Asian Pacific Economic Convention. Well, it's not a Comic-Con, I can tell you that. Comic-Con is spelled with K, by the way, so just so you know. Interesting, okay. Andy says, great black and white shot. Beautiful moody shot, says Jay Blue. Gary Murphy, love it. Let's go through more of your comments, see what everyone else is saying. Gav, I've got your shot as well. He said, loudly shot so far. Well, let's wait. We're going to come to yours as well. So, yeah, fantastic. I don't need another lens, says too much light pollution. Well, if you're in London, there's no getting away from it, unfortunately. That's just life. But if you are somewhere remote, definitely.
Like in New Zealand, you probably get a lot less.
You could say it's about a couple of hours drive from London, isn't it? The New Zealand,
something like that, yeah.
New Zealand, Cornwall. All right, so let's go to the next one. Who is next? Cool. This is a picture of. Let's see if I can use the. Yes, I can. So that was taken by Facundo de Casere, and I think he is in Argentina.
All right.
And I assume that could be of his back garden. Is your back garden that big?
In London, no. Definitely not.
All right. So who is next? Then we got Fred Krieger here. So Fred was in London a few months ago. He stopped by and said hello to us. So it was a pleasure to see you, Fred. Let me see if I can just enlarge that particular shot. So obviously very recognizable areas, reflection, the mirror-like surface, the classic night photography. What he told me though, that he says it was a sunrise, I think he said. So, so that would be quite early in the day, taken with Nikon Z8, 14-24-70 lens, case 112mm magnetic neutral density filter. So if it wasn't dark enough and you wanted to extend your exposure time, then definitely he did this. He used Peak Design Trail Graphite, which is a tripod, and yes, it was at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. Bright and early.
Yeah.
I was definitely in bed.
Yeah, you're not an early bird?
7 o'clock.
You're a night owl? Yeah, that's true. If it's not 3 a.m., I'm not going to bed.
You know what I mean?
All right. Let's see. It's your comment here. So people talk, which is really good. And Simon says Colin Murphy's stem shot is very, very strong. Well, he's got more. It was very difficult for us to choose the right shots. Looking at fresh shots, I just really love the colors and I really love the blues as well. So because it's a sunrise, the blues are very distinct as well. Very Grays of Westminster blues.
Very much so, royal blue, yeah.
All right, the next shot from Gav. Wow. And I think it's one of my favorite shots. This is what I would call a National Geographic shot. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you see in any magazine or anything like this. But he said that he just watched the live stream with Conan Becky. That's the last week's live stream. Heard about Night Photo Challenge. So I thought I'd send you a shot of Clagsby transmitter from northeast Lincolnshire. I just love it. It looks like some sort of like graphic design advert. It's I like the use of space. It's very minimalism, but then you got obviously the stars. So it's
very complete.
Very complete. I won't call it subliminal space, but you know, it's just got this vibe around it. But yeah, absolutely fantastic shot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's gonna get published somewhere in one of those travel magazines. The next one is also very strong, and the next shot was taken by Greg Lohan, and let's see, he says it's a Kaufman performing our sense in Kansas City, Missouri, and we've got Voigtlander 21mm 3.5 lens, Leica mount via an adapter. I've got that lens. It's absolutely... I have this lens for street photography, you know, because when I go to like Palace Game or something, or if I go to like, very crowded places like Oxford Circus, 28 sometimes not wide enough. So if you really have to push through the people, got COP coming through, 21 is fantastic because you can shoot from your, not hip, but chest, but you get basically everything included.
Nice and open,
And the size of it is about that big, like literally. It's tiny. It's actually we would call a pancake if it would be size of Nikon, normal mount glass. And yeah, it's very portable, so I always have it in my pocket when I travel. You know, beautiful shot. So definitely thank you very much, Greg, for sharing it with us. So now the shot is taken at 12,800 ISO. Handheld. So if you got the latest camera like Nikon Z7, let's say, so it can perform well in low light at very high ISOs. So it was a 20th of a second at a fade. And yes, you got the basically software now that can do the noise reduction really, really well, without, let's say, killing the details too much. So overall, yes, you can do night photography handheld. You don't need to go all the classic way, so that's the thing. So
not everybody wants to carry around a tripod. And
that's the thing.
Yeah, you don't have to, though.
Do you take tripod with you when you travel?
I don't own a tripod.
There you go. He doesn't even own the tripod. That's it. If you don't own the tripod, that means you don't even need it. All right, let's see more of your comments here in the chat. So people saying how beautiful those shots are. Tim Herring, thank you very much, Tim. Your shot, I've just literally put your last shot from Instagram like a second before, so that's why we're a little bit late, but it's there, so we will get to you.
It's your fault.
Yeah, everyone blame Tim because we were late, but thank you very much, Tim. We appreciate it. Let's see. People are enjoying the shots, and that just tells me that if you are enjoying the shots that you see, that just means that, well, you who are watching us are very good photographers. That's the thing.
Simple.
That's the thing. When sometimes, they tell me, no, it's not the right. This is how you do it. I'm like, kudos. They can't see us actually because that's the screen. Sorry, guys, you can't see us. We can't do picture in picture here. Maybe we can actually. Shall we try?
You want to give it a go?
Picture in picture.
Ooh.
Shall we try? Shall we
Pressing
see?
some buttons.
Shall we see? All right, guys, you got to tell us if you can see us or not. But people love the colors. People enjoying the show. And we've got ourselves in a mix now. Now you can see us. Well, finally, halfway through the chat. His name is Dan. My name is Con. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the last weeks before Christmas. I mean, I can't wait for next week because then I'm going off and I'm just like I'm being a couch potato from about 21st.
You deserve it.
till about 5th of January or something like this. I'm just not moving. It's like PlayStation time.
Best time of the year.
Exactly. No, obviously my wife has all sorts of things which I have to do. My in-laws are coming in.
That's fun.
My dog, it tells me, look, I'm going to find a big pile of something to roll in every day. So you're going to wash me. So, so there's, as usual, the, holiday things are taking over.
As usual.
What have you planned for Christmas? You doing something nice?
Yeah, family time, basically.
Yeah. Familiar?
Yeah, familiar.
Nice, lots of...
I need to stock up on some film stock. Maybe get a digital camera before the end of the year,
honestly, there's never a last minute for buying a film camera. It's just any photography equipment. You can buy even after Christmas. Don't worry.
You're good.
Spend all the money you have, but be financially responsible. Now, people say that on the left, it's good to have us. So we're now going to be on the left. Let's move on to the next shot. And the next shot is, again, one of the very strong ones from this challenge. It's from Ian Moosen. And he says, this is Lindisfarne Castle. I hope I pronounce it correctly. You tell me.
Close enough.
So it's in Lindisfarne Harbour in the Lindisfarne country. So apparently it's a holy island in Northumberland. So one of those towards Scotland somewhere up there.
Right.
Taken with the Nikon Z9 and the Z24 to 120. Again, it's very subtle, but it's such lovely colors that I really, really enjoy. It's got this really good vibe around it.
Again, with the reflections, the colors popping and very low key, but it's got this mood to it. And it's, very nice.
Absolutely. So picture in picture in upper left is better. Okay. Is it upper left? Let's do upper left. Okay. We're going to go upper left then. All right. People love the jumpers. Tell me about your jumper.
Amazon.
You got to see.
Got a very last minute. Oh, guys.
We've got two Dans here, right? So you haven't met the other Dan.
Soon.
Soon you're going to meet him. But they both came in Christmas jumpers today. His jumper is basically the same, but if you imagine the negative, so if he's positive, then Dan's is like the same but negative, so it's reverted colors. So they're both called Dan, and they probably are twins.
We might be, lost brothers. You never know.
It was a brother from another mother.
Brother from another mother,
But then you're twins as well. How does that happen?
With the same name.
You never know. All right. So absolutely lovely shot, Ian. Thanks for sharing this with us. Again, it's, a very strong shot. I agree with this. So now we have Jay Blue in the chat, and he sent us, again, a couple of photographs. We had to choose one. And he says that I'm sending 2 photos of the Night Photography Challenge. They both are from Indiana State Fair, located in Indianapolis in August. Next time. No excuses. I took them with my Z8 and 24-70 f2.8 lens. I was experimenting with long exposure. This isn't my best work, but getting those photos was fun. And part of doing photography is trying and experimenting with new things. Absolutely. So the most important thing is you've tried and now you know, like, oh, that's what I do. I did actually one of the night photography. Part of my experimentation was it was night photography with painting with light. And basically, what I did is I have a picture, like it's a wide shot, but there's a person right in the middle, let's say, of the street, of the frame. And what I would do, I would put the flash on. I would set the aperture at about maybe tenths of a second. With the flash. I take a picture with the flash, so it freezes the object, and then I move my camera
Oh, you moved the
reverse
camera.
it for about tenths of a second or something like this, or
Yeah.
maybe half a second. So basically, the person at the front was sharp because it was lit by flash.
Right. I
Everything
can see it in my
else
head, yeah.
was, end up with all this moving mess
That's
and
really
stuff
cool,
like this. So
yeah.
that was quite fun. Again, it's something that I did at my college, and it's just more of a you trying things and see what sticks, isn't it? So that's that. The next one we've got from Gelterman-Gist. Again, lots of great shots. I like the vibe of this. It almost looks like a movie set with all the mist in the background, and because of those street lamps at the back, it's like it's what they do in the movies, right? They just kind of highlight the mist. So this, I think, was shot number 4, and he says that it was taken with Nikon ZF and 24-120 lens at 52mm f8. Huh?
Lots of ZFs today.
Lots of ZFs, lots of Z8s, lots of Z9s. So absolutely amazing. 24 mil, 24-120 at 50 mil, basically. Old building alien spaceship. Alien spaceship. Is that what you call alien spaceship?
I haven't seen one, but
You haven't seen one?
no.
You haven't been to Croydon then? Gotta come over.
Come down for a Palace game.
All the little green people, all there, me included. So yeah, that's but honestly, yeah, it could be a set of X-Files. Have you ever watched X-Files?
No, but this no, I haven't seen it. But this reminds me of Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, it could be.
You know what I mean?
Like honestly, if you do a sepia out of it, make it like all brownish orangey, that could be. Yeah, it could be that. Gillian Anderson, the X-Files was my first crush.
Is that right?
That was, I was 12, so,
Never gonna work.
That's what it is, a little trivia here. Okay, so let's move to the next shot, and it was taken by John Hughes. And John Hughes says, I have to disqualify this image as it was shot in October 2024. Well, you're closer than a lot of people, so it's fine, John. You're good. So this is with the Abbey illuminations, and it was shot with his Hasselblad. I have had to reduce the quality so much. So you asked me about the Hasselblad shots.
Right.
Here you go. This is your Hasselblad shot.
There it is.
Here you go. Lots of colors. First, when I saw the shot, I thought it was a Batman sign on this, but it's just a cat.
I can see it. Yeah.
Is it a Catwoman? You don't know. So what's the sign for Catwoman? You never know.
And colors pop in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, you got a nice reflection of the water. I think there's some duckies in there as well.
Oh, right.
So that's quite interesting. So, and then obviously, you got, again, like a blue light at the bottom. So very colorful, very strong, colorful image. All right. So let's go to the next shot. So this one is taken by Keith Sanders. And let me just see if I miss. So he says it's 21st century Moa. What Moa? I had to go because I'm not also, I haven't, I'm not as educated as I pretend to be. So Moa is, those monolithic human statues at Easter Islands.
Right.
From centuries ago. So he says 21st century Moa. So, it's clever name. I like that.
That is a great name, yeah.
As I say, so you're looking to forward to Tesla Bot or whatever they're going to call it?
Bit scary. Good. I love the composition though.
Yep.
Yeah, the leading lines and.
That's right. He didn't share what it was taken with, but it was taken with a camera. All right. So now I had a conversation. So this one is taken by Lawrence Moore, and it is a traditional fish and chip shop. What could be a more British scene? What's your favorite chippies? Tell me.
Man, there's one very close to my house. It's been run by the same family for like 50 years. I can't remember the name now, but it's every time you get there, there's a queue, like going around the block. Mm-hmm. That's when it's
good. It's
stuff.
fresh. Yeah. So it's because you have a queue, that means that there's nothing lying there for 10 minutes. So it's literally been done straight away. All right, tell me. Like I've never been like fried food person.
Okay.
I mean, I do love fried chicken, but but I've never been fish and chips person, right? So, but tell me, okay, so when you ordering fish and chips in UK, what fish do you order? Is it cod or is it haddock?
I'm a cod guy.
You're a cod guy?
Haddock as well.
According to research, apparently, if you live in South, it's cod. If you live up north towards Scotland, it's haddock.
Is that right?
That's what it is. That's what Reddit told me. Tell me about
Reddit's always right.
Exactly. Tell me about the chips. Is it salt and vinegar or is it just salt?
I'm just a kind of salt guy.
You're kind of salt guy, So you're not fully British then.
Born and raised in Brazil, but try my best.
Fair enough.
This reminds me of that painting, Please tell me that you know which one I'm talking about.
Yes, yes. You mean guys eating?
Yeah, the
What's
diner.
his name? The diner. Yes, yes. I've got his book. And am I sharing? I can't share my screen.
No. Too late.
Too late. You saw all my Amazon purchases, all the naughty ones. Okay, that's fine. God, the painter.
You guys know.
Guys, you tell us in the comments. I have his book. I
believe it's an American painter.
It is American painter. It's absolutely American painter. And his name is he's not British raised.
No, I mean
he doesn't know what fish and chips is, unfortunately. he won't tell you if it's a Kodak haddock either, you know. But let's see. As on my phone, I can't find my orders on Amazon. How bad is that? How bad is this? All right, guys, you would know definitely. It's just
comment section.
Yes, comment section. Help us out. The famous diner painting by a famous artist painter. Yes,
Nighthawks.
Edward Hopper.
Edward Hopper. Thank you very much.
Here we go. Thanks so much. Sometimes your brain just draws blank. That's all it is.
Been a long week, guys.
All right, so let's read your comments here, and I want your comments on the fish and chips as well. And
yeah, let us know.
Exactly. I'm
intrigued now.
It is time. It is time to discover a good fish and chip shop. That's the thing. I mean, I like a good grilled fish. But I don't need butter. You know, like I'm just give me a good fish. You know, or even raw. I'm in. You know, so definitely. But let's see. Chris Clark says I love X-Files. You know, I think it's, it was shown in 35mm, by the way.
Ooh. Piece of trivia.
Yeah, and I was very young and I loved the show. And there were some episodes were really scary. They had this like main story, which you would see like 5 episodes throughout 20 in the season. And the rest was like Monster of the Week.
Oh, that's really cool.
And it's absolutely amazing. Honestly, X-Files are so good.
Did you ever watch Supernatural?
No,
Don't
think so.
Okay.
Don't think so.
Just be terrified.
Yeah, shall we put our tinfoil hats on and share the conspiracy theories?
Maybe. Is that kind of live stream today?
Absolutely. If you want us to do any live stream like this, we will do that. Let's see. So Supercharge is great. I'm Tesla and so appreciate this, says Phil Cornelius. We're going to thank Randall. Thank you very much, Randall. He says, reminds of your jumpers from the movie Bridget Jones' Diary. Well, the Christmas jumpers is a tradition in the UK, and there's 2 ways. You normally buy 2 jumpers. One is a good one, like done, where you wear it with your family and and your in-laws and things like this. I have one. I'll wear it next Friday. And then what we call a thing called ugly jumper.
Oh, the Palace one, of course.
The Palace, so it says 1905. It's not 1905 anymore. It's 1860 something, So
right?
Yeah, it is. They rediscovered. It's one of the oldest clubs in UK. But since I paid the money 5 years ago, and I tend to wear when I pay for things, I just wear till they break, and fall apart. Then I'm not buying another jumper until this one, and I can still fit in it, which is very important. So once
all that matters.
Then the updated version is going to be there. All right, Nigel San says, Chippy looks like a scene Nick Cover would take. Keith San says, my photos features always at night, not Tesla signs fail. Colin Murphy loves it. Joe Vlog says, haddock caught is bottom feeder.
Wow.
Shots fired. It's north against south. I'm telling you, this is, the people have quite strong opinions about this, Maybe I'm a place guy, you never know, so, or some rockfish, rock salmon or something, Apparently it's less flaky, but more taste and gritty, you can sink your teeth into that, So Edward Hopper, that's right, that's the right answer. Cord in northeast England, here we go.
North.
Here we go. That's the thing. Joe Vlog says, I grew up where the original Harry Ramsden's was my local chippy. Never been there, but I would like to try. Tim Herring suggests trout or salmon, not deep fried. Some places do breaded, and I like, traditional would be buttered, but if I can get breaded, I would get breaded personally. So that's the thing.
This is making me hungry.
So Kirill is in the chat. Hello, Kirill. He says, definitely a sacred court here in Boston. What are the good chippies in the United States? If I'm ever in the United States, and I think I'm going to East Coast next time. I think that's my plan. And I miss England. then I'll have a list of cheapies to go to, So
Let us know in the comments.
Exactly. Nigel Sass says, when I was student, the Abbeydale cheapie in Sheffield was regarded as one of the best in the country. Here we go. We found the right topic. We're going to skip the night photography challenge, which the rest of the show is going to be about this. And in US, you call it ugly sweater, which is good. Terry Allen says, Cordo Scampi, he in London borough of Havering. Fantastic.
Stuff.
Enough with fish and chips. Let's move on to the next shot. And again, it's a lovely shot.
Wow.
It's taken by Martin Sarr. And he says, I took the photo a few weeks ago in Guernsey using my Z8. You are qualified. That's it. So using his Z8 purchased from us, probably from you. Who knows? Maybe you bought it from Danny or other Danny. And he's 24-72.8. And again,
I love this.
It's classy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got lots of things going on, but yeah, I assume that's a Milky Way, isn't it? Is that a Milky Way?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Tell us in the comments below. Beautiful shot. Thank you very much, Martin. It's absolutely lovely. We really enjoyed this.
Wow, look at those.
Then we got another Martin. It's Martin Torode, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Yes, so he shared this shot with us. It's a beautiful shot. Again,
He's using a flash there. Obviously, the foreground is quiet.
But there's a lot. I don't think it's a flash, but let's see. So he says, attach a photo from last month when the Aurora made a very rare visit to my location. Taken with my Nikon Z6 II and Viltrox 20mm 2.8.
Nice.
I was just getting over the COVID and feeling really rough, but such a rare opportunity was too good to miss. I paid for it next day. The things we do for photography. Well, hope you're feeling better, Martin. And thanks for sharing this lovely shot. Yes, again, obviously beautiful grading, beautiful sky. Just lots of things happening there. And I like that this kind of light, like a flash light is, kind of centers the main subject of this photograph. So yeah, it looks really atmospheric. The next one is Relaxa Hotel. It was taken by Michael Stella. He didn't leave a comment, but I assume it was a hotel that he was staying in.
Yeah.
It's not a relaxer. It's a relaxer.
Relaxer.
I just thought you relax in a hotel, so then
All right.
So that's that. But again, you can take night shot anywhere as long as it's night out there. You take your camera out and you take a shot. All right. The next shot we have from, I don't know where it was taken.
Did he mention?
I think it says Croydon.
Right.
So it's Miles McCarthy. He didn't leave any comment, but it's, this is a downtown Croydon of London Borough. So if you ever come to London, come to Croydon Market Street, buy yourself some fries. Don't come there. Anyway, so
I've taken this shot before, I must say.
You've taken
yeah.
So you know exactly that spot in Croydon where you take this shot? Yes,
exactly.
It's called Westminster Bridge of Croydon. So but yeah, again, lovely shots, lovely reflections on the water, mirror-like image. So we assume again it probably
Whoa.
It's not too long of exposure. You can still see a bit of a movement there, but lots of color pops. Absolutely. Let's go to the next one.
That's really cool.
This one is from Nick Harrison, taken of his favorite place in the world, which is a pub. Have you ever done 12 pubs of Christmas?
No.
Well,
tell me more about it.
We're going tonight.
All right.
All right. So Nick Harris says, attached is a recent photo of the Beaver Moon taken on a visit to Paddington and a delightful pub. So this is the Beaver Moon on the left. So we've got a Fuller's pub on the right. We assume it's in the Paddington. And as you can see, it's a long focal distance. So he actually used a Plana 135 1.8 lens with Nikon Z8 at 800 ISO and 1/25 of a second. So at f2, because it's such a wide aperture lens, it's perfect for this. And obviously you got the light highlighting the logo of the Fuller's logo and the pub logo. So you got backlit there, and obviously the moon is so bright that you basically don't need a very fast exposure to do that. So it's 1/25 of a second shutter speed. That's plenty at f2, isn't it? So that's amazing. All right, so let's see. So let's, we're going to check the comments here. Martin's Milky Way shot is breathtaking, says Joe Vlog. Is that a beam of a lighthouse in the background? They Walker is asking. I'm not sure. Potentially. Gary agrees the colors work well of that tower shot as well. So yeah, fantastic. People are enjoying it. Oh yes. Who was that? Miles McCarthy. Yes, so he's in the chat.
Hey.
Hello, Miles. So he didn't leave a comment in the email, but now he actually told us what he used. So it was a early Sunday morning, October 24, before the sunrise, Nikon D600, 20mm f2.8D lens, so it's with the oldie but goodie, single digit seconds exposure, low ISO tripod. Fantastic shot. Thank you, Miles. Appreciate it. Tim Herring says, great colors on the Ferris ring. So we got this. Nick Harrison says, the Victoria Pub, Paddington near Hyde. So that's the place where we're all going tonight. Come and join us. Get on the plane. We're going to see you there. Now, let's see who is next. I think we have Ray Knott. Yes. Wow. So Ray got in touch and he said, I'm on holiday. Can I still send the picture? I'm like, well, yes, as long as the dog go take a picture. So he basically tell me, hi Con, let's discuss. Here's a night photography shot. It's from the Dubai fountains with Burj Khalifa as a backdrop. So we assume it's a very tall building. So
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, you need quite a wide angle lens, I assume.
If you look closely enough, you can see Tom Cruise hanging off it.
Yeah, on a cable and all that.
Yeah.
I saw a picture. There's a lady was on top of that, dressed up as a was a airplane assistant, stewardess. Yeah.
Right.
And it was for one of the, I think, Emirates Airlines.
Okay.
You know a lot about Emirates Airlines, isn't it? Being Arsenal supporter. So the picture of her holding is something like, I'm still here, or something like this, with a plane passing by.
Wow.
It wasn't actually the worker for the airline. It was a trained professional who can stand without any support in there. Would you ever do it, Con? You know what? I'm not afraid of heights, but I think on that height, I probably would be afraid. Yeah. So that's the thing. If you ever seen those videos where people climb in skyscrapers without any gear whatsoever,
it makes my palms sweat.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm just, I'm like, nah, it's
I'm
fine.
good.
It's fine. I think I would love to do a parachute jumping once. I've never done this.
Okay.
So just once, I guess, just to see what's the fuss is about.
Yeah,
You probably don't need more than once if you fall down anyway. So
no, so one time only thing.
I want to be struck by someone. so that way. But yeah, I probably, I probably want to, first I would try the, this big propeller, the fan. And then
yeah.
I probably will. Yeah, exactly. No, I think as far as extreme sports go, I snowboard, but
cool. I never knew that about you.
So every year we go somewhere, for skiing. But
awesome.
But yeah, that's as far as it goes. I don't do any tricks or anything like this. I'm just happy to free ride, from top of the mountains straight to the bottom. So here we go. We've got Ricky Barnett here, and it says it's a horn music pub in St. Albans, a composite of long exposures. So it's not just one shot; it's several shots. So I assume So potentially, the shot was taken of the pub itself. And then separate shots of the traffic moving, and then combined together. Who knows? But it's an interesting shot nonetheless. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ricky, for sharing this with us. We're gonna move on to Robert.
Interesting one.
Lawton shots. Now he sent me two shots, and the first one was Aurora Borealis, Northern Lights, seen in Volga, Iceland, on 21st of November. But since we have to do one shot, unfortunately, that one I gave you a description. Imagine that. It's lovely, but the second shot, he said, I forgot to add in my rush to send out the image before the deadline that it was taken recently on 21st of November, just a day after the Reykjanes Peninsula eruption began, again in Iceland, which is the reason why the foreground looks red due to the glow from the volcano itself, and it was only 4 miles away. So we've chosen this shot for that specific reason, but also it's a shame that the colors actually on the bottom of the image, actually, they don't show as much details due to compression. But you got beautiful sky with the eruption of the volcano. So overall, I think it's a lovely shot. So
really good.
Yeah, and obviously you can see how smoke changes the color as well. It's absolutely lovely. Let's see more of your comments. Says Andy Hater suggests give this stream like and subscribe because you know what, it makes us happy because you like us. You know, so it's like we're doing the right thing. You know. All right. So let's see. Flight attendant. Sorry. Yes, Job. That's the word I was looking for. You know, English is not my first language.
Two foreigners speaking in English.
Exactly.
How funny is
trying
that?
to pretend that we know, you know, things.
Talking about fish and chips.
Exactly. I mean, we can do it now on fish and chips. I think. You know.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I can definitely do one on Morley's.
Yeah.
Like, I know the menu.
Maybe 2 hours on fried chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that? 100%. Yeah, definitely. Like
next Friday, guys. Next Friday.
Yeah, you have like a favorite fried chicken show for sure, isn't it?
Oh, it's got to be Morley's.
There's more than one.
Well,
it's like
Morley's South is different as well. I think I prefer the one in South. It's original, but we'll get to it.
All right. Well, yeah, stay tuned next week with Gray as a special guest. So, by the way, the Gray is a special guest next.
That's right.
Yeah, next Friday is the last live stream for this year. So we're going to do a big wrap up. So Gray's joining us and we're going to tell you some anecdotes and funny stories about things happening around the Christmas at Gray's Westminster.
Gray's got some really good stories, so tune in, guys.
So I hope we're going to tell you all this because I haven't done the preparation yet, but hopefully that's all going to be. All right, so Ricky Barnes says, hi, chaps. The horn photo was taken with Z8 on a Peak Design strap bought from Daniel, this guy, and Z24 to 120 shot. Nice. Tim Harris said, great light trails. Chris Clark says, I'm selling my parachute, only used once, never opened. Is that because you normally come with two parachutes, so you sell the one that never opened? So there's no backup, I think. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, this one is very dark, and this one is from Sam Spade. It says it was taken with my only camera I had at the time, which is a Samsung smartphone. You can take pictures with smartphones. Guys, I never knew you could, but apparently if you got a smartphone in your hand, it takes pictures. Exactly.
That's
absolutely. Thank you, Sam, for sharing this with us.
Is it black and white? Hold on.
No, it is a color, but it's so dark. He really, like, if you talk about night photography challenge, this is like really night photography challenge. So we've got this one. Thanks, Sam, for sharing this with us. Now, from smartphones to Coolpix cameras, we got Terran Allens, who says, hi, Con. Hi, Terrence. He says, I took a guided walk around the west end of London yesterday night, which was Monday, 25th of November, with my old Coolpix S9900 to snap the Christmas illuminations. I knew it would be difficult to stop and take composed photographs without losing the rest of the group and our guide. So this one, what does it look like? I can see Urban Outfitters, so it's definitely, there's definitely Oxford Street.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Very central London somewhere.
Yeah, next to Topshop, basically. Well, what used to be a Topshop. Yes. So you see,
they look like this.
If you see Urban Outfitters, you got the Urban Outfitters. It's only in one place. So you come out of Oxford Circus.
Oh no, you're right. Is that shoe next to it as well?
Yeah, it's just there.
You got it.
You got the shoe there. Bit of Uniqlo going on there. You know, it's Photographer's Gallery. If you go about 50 meters further to the right, it's Photographer's Gallery. Yep. Beautiful place.
Really cool spot.
You've never been there. They sell film. They sell photography books. They have beautiful
I love the books. I love browsing her.
Here we go. And my first 5 years in London, I used to work nearby.
Really?
Yeah, Great Marlborough Street, which is Liberty. It's the same street as Liberty, but not in Liberty, but there. So, so Carnaby Street, all the dodgy plays of Soho, I know them really, really well. Thank you very much, Terence, for sharing the shot with us. Lovely colors here. And the last shot. And it's not only the last, but it's the last minute shot as well from Tim Herring, who shared this with us. And no, I think we got another. Yes, we've got another one. Perfect. Sneak peek there. So he says, D850, f8mm 2.8 lens, Nikon. So Nikon 8mm. You don't hear that one quite often. So it's a fisheye lens, very wide angle 8mm. And it's ISO 2500 Milky Way from the woods of Laura Creek. Again, lovely shot. I think it's the framing is fantastic. I like how the trees wrapping the sky. It's absolutely the thing. It was worth the wait, and it was worth us being late for 5 minutes. So thank you very much, Tim, for sharing this with us. Don't blame team in the chat. It's fine. This picture is worth it. So the last shot, and we are actually at exactly 1 hour, so it's perfect. We didn't skip anyone. If I missed anyone's shot, I'm really sorry. It's probably I put it in the wrong folder by mistake, but I've tried to actually include everyone into this competition. So the last shot is from Tom Lawrence. He says, here's my one from May. Which is also the first time I got to see Aurora Borealis with the naked eye. This was taken in Essex on Z6 II with 20mm 1.8s. Look, you leave London, you drive to Essex, and you can see things like this because in London you don't see like this. You just see light pollution.
20-minute 20-minute train ride, maybe.
Absolutely.
Essex, yeah. I mean, that's beautiful.
It could be on wallpaper or, of a brand new MacBook or something, So
true.
It's, and I've never seen those things with my naked eyes.
I missed it. So it happened, twice this year, I think? Maybe 3 times. I missed every single time.
Yeah. Do you try every year?
Well,
you write it down and you wake up the next day. It's like, oh, I've missed it. I saw a blood orange moon. I think that's as far as I went with my, So next week we're going to talk about astrophotography. So, all right. Well, I'm going to switch to the first screen now, and hopefully it works. And we're going to say thank you, first of all, for joining us today. I'm going to look at the comments, see if we missed anyone. Hopefully you see me and you don't see my screen because you don't want to do that. Let me find the main stuff. Here we go. That's it. We are in a full screen here. Thanks so much for sending all your photographs for us. I'm not sure what the next challenge will be. Let me think about this.
Give us some ideas.
Yeah, give us some ideas. Absolutely. In the chat, what kind of challenge you want to do. We kind of done wildlife. I think, I don't know if you've done sports photography. We've done human portrait photography.
Right.
I think maybe as a first one of the year, maybe we can do an animal photography.
Oh, yes.
Or domesticated animal photography. Who knows? Maybe we should do this. We want to see all your pet friends, your dogs, your cats, your chickens, you name it. So maybe we should do this. I don't know. It's the first one.
I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
It's the first one. I mean, I can share at least like 200 shots of Tilly. So that's what it is. I can start now. Let me take my phone out. And as
the missions are open.
When people get baby and they're like, here's 1,000 shots of my baby, and you're like, oh, that's amazing. After the first one, you stuck there for 2 hours. So that's going to be me and Tilly shots. But definitely, let's have a look. I want to see some suggestions right now in the chat, so hopefully we can read them very quickly before saying goodbye. But look, guys, you are so good. I mean, you've seen that photography. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what you guys do in your spare time. Lovely shots. Thanks for sharing them with us. It's
very inspired to go out and shoot at night.
Absolutely. Actually, I haven't done any night photography recently. I found some of the shots we went to we did filming last year with Becky. It was one of those Christmas markets in the Hyde Park.
Yeah.
So I got some night photography there, but actually I haven't gone out and done some night photography. I've done night photography on film about 5-10 years ago, and I think I need to come back to this, and I need to start to learn again how this whole reciprocity failure on film works. So, so I think, that would be nice. David Moscora says, street on film, that would be cool. I think it would be me and you, David, in there, and maybe Dan submitting the images. We have to include everyone, unfortunately. But we did a film challenge, actually, maybe, 6-7 months ago. So maybe, we will do another one in the future. But since we include everyone, we will encourage film photography. But obviously, if you shoot digitally, that's absolutely no problem. As Joe Vlogs always say to me, film photography is expensive. And I remember this, and I'll tell you that it's not. But that's for the next time. Guys, thanks so much. We appreciate you being with us. We're going to see you next week for the last live stream of this year. Go take your cameras out. Go to the pub.
I'll see you there.
Do some night photography in there, whatever. Brew your famous brew. It's the time, isn't it? You got mild wine going on. You got like all the pigs in the blankets. You've got you got brandy butter and all this stuff. Yeah, it's time. It's time, and let's all have a break because we all deserved it. But thank you so much. We will see you next week. All the best. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.